Happy September! I couldn't be more excited to be vlogging today, and I have been waiting for this day because this is the first of many cozy autumnal little vlogs. This is one of my favorite seasons because we're cozying up, we're leaning back into our little hobbies and going into a slower pace, which I'm all about. So whether you love autumn and fall and you are with me on this, or if the end of summer makes you sad, I'm hoping that I will be able to make you change your mind, or at least make you see the bright side of the cozy season starting. As you know, I'm an introvert, I'm a big homebody. I actually love every single season the year has to offer, but I don't know, there is something about autumn that is just extra cozy, and I love everything about it. I love the change of colors in the leaves, I love fall fashion, I love the food we eat around this time, and I love kind of like slowing down after summer, which is often like quite intense and are months where you're kind of running around and going on holiday and out of your routine and stuff. I feel like September and October feel like a warm hug after summer, which I'm here for. So anyway, in this vlog I want to be celebrating the change of season. We're gonna go fall shopping, we're gonna talk about books. I really want to go to a bookstore, one of my favorite one, and get some nice and like autumnal books. Basically, I just want to prepare for the new season. The first thing I want to do, and that I have been waiting for days because I wanted to do it during this vlog, is a little Pinterest board where I'm gonna put like little inspirations of what I want this autumn to look like, basically, whether it's like fashion wise, whether it's activity wise, and mainly before going to do any kind of home shopping, home decor shopping, I kind of want to have a little idea on what I want the decor to look like. So I'm gonna do that first. We're gonna be scrolling on Pinterest, but first I'm gonna make myself a little matcha just to give me a little kick and have a warm drink while I'll do it. My little mood board is done. I just love doing this because it just makes me feel so inspired. Let me show you what I picked. So there is quite a lot of like food related things because I kind of want to get into cooking more seasonal kind of food and do the cozy little drinks with cinnamons and stuff. Do some baking, obviously bake some cinnamon buns. Every year I love buying these kind of like tiny little pumpkins for decorations. They're so cute. And in terms of decor, I don't want to go too crazy, but I really like the kind of cottagecore checked vibe. Some cute little outfits, just some cute little moods. Obviously some books and some reading. So yeah, these are kind of the vibes I want to go for. In terms of how I want to decorate the flat, I am not really big on the whole like Halloween-y, spooky kind of decors. I like it to be a bit more subtle, just a kind of a little change of colors here and there. I would like to get some cushion covers for the couch that are maybe like a warmer tone. I would love to find some like checked ones, maybe like a throw for the bed or new placemats, pumpkin here and there maybe, but like a little real one like I showed you, but I don't know if I'm gonna find them yet. That might be a bit too early for them. So yeah, just little touches here and there of like orangey, brown, even some like dark green colors just to kind of warm up a bit more the apartment. That's kind of the vibe I'm going for. So I'm about to go out now to find some good little pieces for the house. I'm actually gonna go to a thrift store because As you know, I love thrifting and I think it's always better to find secondhand stuff, especially if you're looking for a kind of cottagecore vibe. And I feel like autumn is so cottagecore, and I might as well buy real vintage stuff instead of new vintage looking stuff, if you know what I mean. Which means I have no idea if I'm actually gonna find anything interesting. I could find a lot of things, I could find nothing. In any case, I will probably be going to shops and get a couple of things new as well if I don't find anything. We will see. Also, this is what I'm wearing today. These are my slippers. I don't know what shoes to wear yet, but I thought it was a cute little outfit that was giving some fall vibes. I freaking love this vest. It just goes with everything. It's actually my sister who made it for me. Well, that was not the most successful thrifting session. I am a bit disappointed because I didn't find anything. I don't know what happened. I always find things when I'm there. There's always the cutest little, at least like a little plate or something. I didn't find anything. So I think I'm probably gonna go to maybe H&M Home or Sustrain Green tomorrow to try to find a couple of little things. What do you want? I tried to get it secondhand first, but didn't find anything and still want a couple of cute little decor stuff. So yeah, we'll probably try some shops tomorrow. We will see. But on my way back, I thought it could be nice to get some flowers. I really wanted to make it myself, like to pick the flowers myself, which I did. I really like those. I don't know how you call them, and I think I should have put some more of those in it because we can't really see them. But I think it's a really nice bouquet and it's gonna look very cute in the house and give it a bit of an autumnal vibe because, you know, orangey colors. So I need to put that in a vase, and then I did a couple of groceries for dinner. I got, how do you call this in English? That's not a pumpkin. Finn? How do you call this in English? Pumpkin. Well, Finn says you call it a pumpkin. Tell me if you know how it's called. Maybe it is called a pumpkin. I feel like it's a kind of pumpkin. It's in a pumpkin family. Isn't she cute? I think I'm not gonna cook it just yet and maybe use it as decoration for now. And then I got, which is an essential of the season, I got some chai tea, which I'm very excited to have. This is such a wintry smell to me. Oh, it smells so good. And then I also got a bunch of apples because I want to make an apple tart. I don't know if I'm gonna make it for dinner or tomorrow maybe, because for dinner I really want to make a soup. That's why I got some potatoes too. I want to make a courgette soup because it's still the season of courgettes, and courgette soup is just so yummy. I'm gonna make some soup now because I'm getting a bit hungry. It's like 7:30 I think. Put these flowers into some water. Ready. I'm very happy with the consistency of the soup. Got some bread and some butter to put on the bread. That's very random. You're probably gonna judge me, but I made some hard eggs for some reason. I was scared not to have enough to eat. And I freaking love hard eggs. Good morning. I just got ready. I didn't go to the gym this morning, but I stayed home and did a little like yoga slash stretching, which was actually really nice. I had some breakfast, got ready because this morning we're going to one of my favorite places in Paris. We're going book shopping, and I think it's one of the oldest bookshop in Paris. Might be wrong, but it's one of. It's called Galignani. It's very nice. It's an English bookstore. This year for autumn, I kind of want to read seasonal books, which is kind of something I tried to do last year, but low-key failed. This year, I want to plan it a bit better. So I have a couple of books in my bookshelves that I can read, and there is one or two that I have my eyes on that I will be looking for this morning, which are, let me find it so I don't make a mistake. Okay, so I really want to read The Secret History from Donna Tart, which I have heard a lot of people talk about. They said they loved it, that it was a really good book to read during this season. It just sounds cool. I think it's kind of dark academia vibes, kind of mystery a little bit, and sounds like a classic for this season, so that sounds nice. I think that's the first one I'm gonna look for. And then I would also like to read The Dead Poets Society because I've never seen the movie, I've never read the book, and I know it's such a classic. I know it's a really good one. I'll be looking for both of these books. Might only get one, we'll see. But I am very excited to be going to my favorite place. And then on my way back, I'm probably gonna maybe stop at H&M Home, look for a couple of little decors. The thing I would really want to find is cushion covers for the couch, because the ones we have right now are kind of bluish. It's not really warm colors. I would like something like a nice brown, a nice orangey. Before I'm going, I wanted to show you what I'm wearing. I'm actually low-key obsessed with this outfit. I think it's so cute. It's like a long, don't have a lot of light here, you can't see really well, but it's a long dress and a big oversized jumper, which is kind of like this dark green color, with my red socks, my loafers. I've put a little headband in my hair, which I think is just very autumnal as well. I don't know, I think it's quite cute. I think it's kind of giving dark academia slash witchy vibes for some reason. I don't know. I'm back home. I just made myself a long black coffee. I just had lunch. Finn had made something just for when I arrived. I thought I was gonna show you what I got. Again, I'm gonna be honest, it was a bit disappointing. Well, decoration wise. Book wise, very happy. But decoration wise, I went to H&M Home and I went to Sostren Grain. And well, Sostren Grain had nothing autumnal. I guess maybe it's too early, but it's like September already, so H&M had stuff, but I don't know. I don't know. So I just got a few things. I think this year the decoration will be something that will happen along the way. I just didn't want to rush it and get things that I was not 100% sure about. But first off, I got these and I was actually looking for those. And I know they're not orangey or anything, but I really like them. And there is quite a lot of green in our apartment, so I think that was gonna be quite nice. They're placemats for our table because the ones we have now are quite summery. It's also kind of something I can keep all year because that's kind of the point too. I think it will still be nice around like Christmas time when, you know, the colors are more going around the green and the red. Very, very happy with those. And then I was looking for some cushion covers because as you can see, so we have like beige ones, which I'm gonna keep. But I wanted to change the ones for the two kind of blue ones we have because I think that's a bit too cold for this season. I got this one, which I actually really like that one. And I think it's gonna look quite well here. I think it's quite nice. I think it's kind of warming the place a bit. I really like that one, and also it's something that we can keep kind of all year around. Then I got a kind of linen brown one, which is quite simple too, and I thought it was gonna look good, you know, with the rest. Now that I'm looking at it in the light of my apartment, I find the two colors to go weirdly not so well together. I find that the two colors don't go that well together. There was another kind of brown like this that maybe I should have gotten instead. I don't know. I might bring back one of the two because I'm not sure they actually go really well together. The other place I wanted to go to is IKEA, but it's really far away and yeah, I was lazy to go all the way there this afternoon. So maybe next time, we'll see. So that's it for kind of the decoration bit. And then went to the bookstore, well, started with that actually. And I got The Secret History from Tart, which I am so excited to read. As I was telling you, it's kind of like a dark academia mystery. It's happening in a college in New England. And yeah, I think it's students who discover a new way of thinking and of living, and there is a whole thing around this. It's quite a big one though, it's like more than 600 pages. So these are all the books, with this one that we can add to it that I want to read this season, at least during winter. I'm currently reading Perfection from Vincenzo Latronico. It's a very short novel, it's literally 100 pages, and it's the story of a couple living in Berlin, like a couple of millennials actually, living in Berlin, having everything they need to be happy and they're not. And I think it's kind of about maybe this generational thing of always needing more and never being happy with what we have. I'm just at the beginning, but it sounds very interesting and I'm probably gonna read it in a couple of hours because it's so short. Then I will read this one, obviously. And then one that I really want to read and that I probably will get to around October, which will be perfect, is Frankenstein, that I found in a secondhand store last year. Such a nice edition as well. And it's also quite short, it looks like 250 something pages. It's a classic, and what a better time to read Frankenstein than in October. I'm asking you. And then another one that I want to read this winter, we'll see when, that's also quite a big one, is The Tenant of Wildfell Hall from Anne Bronte, another classic. It's one that I wanted to read for a while, that I also have on my TBR for a while. Also found it in a secondhand store and also in that same beautiful edition. But I don't know, I think there is something about these kind of classics, I think there is something very cozy about them. I just remember reading Jane Eyre last winter and I don't know, I thought it was quite cozy to read about that time period in winter for some reason. And then So that's a non-fiction one that I also want to read. I got it in French, but it's The Mountain Is You from Brianna West. It's one that I have wanted to read for ages as well, and I found it in French the other day and I was like, you know what, let's just get it. And it's how to free yourself from auto-sabotage, I think you say it the same in English, which is a little tendency of mine and sounded really interesting. Got recommended by a friend, so another one that I want to read. And what I like is that when I read non-fictions, I don't really mind reading them while reading a fiction, because I don't really mix the stories in my head, because this is not a story. That's kind of my little TBR for this season. That's a lot of books. It's just books I'm excited to read in any case. And yeah, I'm actually really excited for this one. We are a bit later and I thought it was the perfect time to make my apple tart. So we have it or for a little afternoon tea or for dessert, we'll see. And I think while I make the tart, I'm gonna make myself a little chai latte. And I think I'm gonna attempt to making the paste myself, which is not something I always do for tarts. I've done it in the past. I called my mom just before, she gave me her recipe. So I'm gonna try to do it, but actually I think I'm gonna twist it a bit. And then before putting the apples, I think I'm gonna do a bit of mix of compote. I don't know how you call compote in English. I think it's compote. Basically like apple puree that you buy in a shop. I'm not gonna make it myself. So like apple puree and grounded almond. Make a little bit of a paste with probably quite a lot of cinnamon, and then put my apples on top. I think I'm kind of gonna DIY it, to be honest, and go with the flow and hope for the best. Anyway, let's make a little chai and start baking. The paste is ready, and honestly I'm not too mad at how it's looking. It's quite breakable, I think, but she looks cute. And I'm sure she will be yummy, but she will probably break quite a bit, but that's okay. So now I'm gonna mix some of this, which is apple puree with some grounded almond and a bit of vanilla extract. And maybe an egg as well, actually. I'm telling you, I'm kind of mixing a few recipes I've seen into once. Sorry for the ticking noise. The tart is in the oven. It's gonna stay there for like probably half an hour. But I thought that now we could put some labels on my things. If you watched my last vlog, I told you about the label maker I bought. Sorry for the ticking noise, I hope it's not annoying. But I told you about the label maker I bought just because I'll show you, it'll be easier. As you can see, I just keep everything in glass jars, and even though I have eyes and I can guess what things are, I think it's quite nice to just have a little label on it. And also because in my coffee station here I have all the teas. I mean, they're actually more herbal teas than actual teas. As you can see, there is all the dry verbena that my mom gave me from her garden. We have some nettle leaves, we have some thyme, hibiscus, some peppermint. So I thought it could be nice to just put little labels on all of those. I like the kind of vintage style the label maker is doing. So I think while the tart is baking, I'm just gonna do that. It's the moment of truth. She looks really nice, I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite pleased with it. I hope it's yummy. I added a bit of cinnamon and a bit of brown sugar on top, so it looks a bit kind of caramelized, a bit more brown, because the apple pieces were looking really clear, really white. But she looks so cute, I'm excited. Also, I've put the new placemats, and same, I'm obsessed. I think they're so nice. Thank you. All right. Bon appetit. Oh, that's really nice.
The tart is yummy. Oh, the almond thing. Very nice.
I just had a shower and hopped in bed, and I think I'm gonna be doing my 5-minute journal and then read my current book for, well, until I fall asleep, I think. Literally getting in bed at the best time, which is before 10 p.m. It's 9:30 right now, and for me, getting in bed before 10 p.m. is just the best because it means I have a long time, like half an hour to an hour of reading and still get a good amount of sleep, so that's perfect. So I'm gonna stop this vlog here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel in the mood for this new season. If you were not excited about it, I hope you are now, and if you were, I hope this was up to your expectations in terms of cozy content. This is the first of many cozy seasonal vlogs, so if you enjoyed it and want to stick around to see what's next, then don't hesitate to subscribe, and in the meantime, I will see you next weekend for a new vlog. Bye!